Hello dear students, let us see questions asked in Thadomal Sahani College of Engineering, SEM 3. The subject is Automata Theory and these questions are asked for unit test. First question is define regular expression in detail. RE stands for regular expression. Define regular expression in detail. Now, I have written the definition of regular expression, which may appear quite difficult to you initially, but trust me, after seeing lot of examples, this entire definition will be really understood in such a way that you will remember this forever. First of all, before we read every sentence of this regular expression, let us understand some notations. So, let's say sigma is a comma b. Sigma is a comma b. Now, sigma is known as alphabet. If I ask you how many letters are there in English alphabet, I repeat, how many letters are there in English alphabet, you will say A, B, C, D, E, F up to Z, isn't it? Now, in our world, sigma contains only a comma b. That means in our world, in this problem that we are solving, only two alphabets are there, a comma b. So, words or strings can be made using only AB. In English we can make strings using any of A to Z letters. But here we can make strings of only AB. So, I have written then all possible strings that can be made using sigma, that is using a comma b, are known as sigma star. You note this notation. Sigma is our original alphabet which contains a comma b. What is sigma star? Sigma star is all possible strings that can be made using sigma. Now, you just check the first string A. Isn't A string that is made using sigma? What we have done in this is that in this string A, we have not taken B at all. We have taken A. Next, second word you see, or second string is B. In this string, we have taken only B, we have not taken A. Next, you see AA. In this, we have taken A two times, but we have not taken B. Next, fourth string you watch, AB. We have taken A once, then we have taken B. Next, fifth string you watch, BA. We have taken B first and then A. Are you understanding? We can take these letters A, B in any sequence to form the string. You can take A first, then B. Now watch this string in particular which I am underlining here. AAB. This is also a string which is made using sigma. We have taken two A's in the front and then B. So, AAB is a string. Now, notice this string which I am underlining. BBA. I have taken B twice in the beginning, then I have taken A. And you will agree that this is an infinite set of strings. So, if you are asked how many strings can you make using sigma, you will say infinite number of strings. That's why I have shown ... at the end. This is a set. Sigma star is a set which contains all possible strings that can be made using sigma. What we do usually when we write sigma star, we write all possible strings of length 1. Take only A, it's a string. Take only B, it's a string. So, A is a string, B is a string, length 1. Then we take all possible strings of length 2. So, AA, AB, BA, BB. Then we take all possible strings of length 3. So, AAA, then AAB, then ABA, then ABB and so on up to BBB. And then we continue writing strings of length 4, then length 5, then length 6. So, it's an infinite set. So, sigma star you watch is set of all possible strings over sigma. Sigma star is a set of infinite strings that can be constructed using A comma B. Correct? So, if I give you sigma, let's say sigma as A, B, C. Now there are three alphabets. Then what will be sigma star? Sigma star will be A, B, C, single letter, then AA, then it can be AB, then AC, then it can be BA, BB, BC, then it can be CA, CB, CC. All words of two letter words we have taken. Then we can go for three letter word AAA, AAB, AAC, ABA, and so on. You can't think of this. This is an infinite set which can be constructed using any letters ABC in any sequence, any number of times. So do you agree that in this set, in this infinite set, there will be a string like this: A, B, B, A, A, C, C, B, B, A. Yes, this string will be there in this sigma star, because you can take A, B, C any number of times in any sequence to form the string, and the sequence goes on, the set goes on. It's infinite string. Now coming back to our first example, just see, I am coming to the questions, okay, my dear students. Keep your patience and you will understand all examples of regular expression. Now coming to this sigma star, you watch, there is one more string which is called epsilon, which is also part of sigma star. Now epsilon means empty string. What we have done here is that we say that epsilon, that is empty string, also can be formed using A comma B. Remember, there are only two symbols A comma B in our world. Then we are saying that empty string is also part of sigma star. What we have done here, empty string, we have not taken A and we have not taken B. We have not taken any of the symbols, and empty string is also the part of sigma star. Similarly here, when sigma we have taken is ABC, three symbols are there. Then there is one more string in the sigma star, epsilon, empty string. That means we have not taken A, not taken B, not taken C. Okay? Remember, empty string is always the part of sigma star. Now can you just imagine that sigma is A comma B. Okay, this is our world, only two symbols. And you know what is sigma star? Sigma star is infinite set, correct? Epsilon, A, B, then two letters AA, AB, BA, BB, then three letters AAA, AAB, ABA, and so on. This goes on, correct? You just imagine this sigma star, you know, as a big infinite bag. This is a big bag. Imagine, big container which contains all these strings: epsilon, A, B, AA, correct? AB, BA, BB, then AAA. It's a big infinite bag, and we are putting a filter here. Imagine the filter that you use while preparing tea. When you pour the tea in the cup, so you don't want tea leaves to drop in the cup, so you will use that filter, right? Now here the filter, imagine the filter that we have given is some rule we have given. The rule is known as regular expression. The rule is known as regular expression. Suppose I say regular expression is A. What then happens is, each and every word, individual word, will be poured on this filter, and each and every word will go through this filter and just check, is it matching this regular expression? Is that word matching the regular expression? If the word matches the regular expression, only then that word will pass the filter. Okay. Now if you take epsilon, epsilon doesn't match A, so epsilon doesn't pass the filter. But if you take A, the second word of this sigma star, then A matches A, so A passes the test and it goes through the filter. If you take second word B, B also does not match, because our rule is that pass only those strings which are A and only A, single letter. Then B also does not match, double A does not match, AB does not match, AB does not match because although AB has A, but after A does not have B, correct? BA does not match, none of the strings match, only A matches this rule, correct? So, we say that we have selected, that's the word, we have selected only those strings that match the regular expression, and only one word matched from sigma star, that is A. Now just imagine I change this rule. The rule is AB. So what is that I am saying? That filter out only those words which match this rule. Then you will see only the string AB, this string AB will match this rule. But if you put this epsilon on this filter, epsilon doesn't match AB. Single A, observe this string, single A also does not match AB. Single B does not match AB. Double A, although double A has A, but it does not have B, it has AA, it does not match this. But AB is the only string which matches this regular expression. So only AB will be passed. Correct? So what regular expression does? Regular expression filters out, selects only those strings from infinite set sigma star, filters out only those strings from sigma star which matches the rule given in the regular expression. Isn't it so? See, sigma star is a very big set, and suppose we want to say, no, filter out only those words which begin with A, let's say. Now I am writing in words here. What is the rule? Rule is strings that begin with A. Begin with A. This is the rule for this filter. So when epsilon will go, epsilon won't match because epsilon is an empty string, correct? Epsilon is an empty string, it does not begin with A. Now, but when you go to this string A begins with A, so A is filtered. Then when you go to the next string B is also checked with this rule, filter. Oh, hello B, are you beginning with A? No, B says I am a single letter string, I have only B, I don't begin with A. When you go to the next word AA, yes, it begins with A. So AA also will be filtered out. Then AB, yes, AB will pass the test, but BA won't pass the test. BA won't pass the test because we want strings that begin with A. So BA won't be filtered, BB won't be filtered, but AAA will be filtered. So are you following? It will be infinite strings because there will be infinite strings that begin with A. Correct? So what is regular expression meant for? It is meant for giving a rule so that we can match the strings of sigma star and we can decide which strings will be selected by the regular expression. Now, once we have seen what is the meaning of sigma star and what are we doing exactly, we are putting this filter so that from this infinite bucket we may select only the words of our interest, and words of our interest is given by a rule, and that rule is known as regular expression. Okay. Now, let's say, suppose sigma is A comma B, again, only two letters in our world. We want to select, filter only those strings of sigma star that begin with A. That is, first letter must be A. So you tell me what is sigma star first of all? Sigma star is infinite set which contains epsilon also. You only tell me from this sigma star which strings will be filtered. A will be there in our answer, but B won't be there, correct? Epsilon won't be there. AA will be there. AB also will be there, but BA won't be there. BB won't be there because they don't begin with A, but AAA will be there. AAB, yes, it is there. ABA is there. ABB will be there. But BAA, BAB, BBB, BBA and triple B won't be there. 4 times A will be there. And so on. This is known as language. Language generated, or you may say selected by regular expression. And regular expression was first letter should be A. So from this big infinite set, we are getting another set which contains only those strings which follow the rule. Rule is first letter should be A. Okay, that's it. Now I will go to a big table here, and we will see several examples of regular expression. Once we have seen this, then I will come to the definition and I will solve these problems. But these problems will be cakewalk for you. Very simple it will be. Okay. So let's see a big table. Imagine sigma is A comma B, only two symbols, and suppose RE is A. This is the rule given. Then you tell me from the sigma star, you understand sigma star is all possible strings of AB. Which strings will be selected? Only A, single string. Correct? Recall sigma star is epsilon A, B, AA and so on, isn't it? This is sigma star. Then which strings will be selected? If you give RE as A, only A will be selected. If you give RE as B, then only B will be selected. Because it has to completely match. So only B will match. Other strings won't match because other strings are two letter. Epsilon also won't match, but A also will not match because the rule given is B. Now you see this, A plus B we have written, the third regular expression. This is read as A or B. Plus means or. So which strings will be selected? A comma B. Now or here means that all those strings will be selected which match the first regular expression or the second regular expression. Now A or B here means that when you take this A, this string, then A matches at least this A. It doesn't match B, I agree, but it at least matches A, so A is selected. And when you take this B, second string B here, then B matches the second part of the regular expression, so B is also there. But none of the next strings will be selected because double A, if you take double A, doesn't match A nor B. AB doesn't match A nor B. Correct? So either single A or single B. You can read like that. Single A or single B will be selected. So only two strings will be selected. So if we go back to that diagram which I was drawing, a filter. What is the regular expression we have given? RE we have given is A or B. So when you put epsilon is neither A nor B. But so epsilon won't be there. If you give A to this filter, yes, it is A, at least A. It is not B, I agree. A doesn't match B, but it matches A, so A is filtered. Then when you give B matches this B here. It doesn't match this first part, I agree. It is not A, but it is at least B, so B is also filtered. But when you give AA, note AA doesn't match this single A, neither matches this single B. So none of the remaining words will be selected. How do you read this? A plus B, A or B. That means in our language there will be exactly two strings, A and B, A comma B. Both strings will be selected, both strings will be filtered, because A plus B means A should be filtered, B should be filtered. Okay. Now coming back to our table, so A comma B. What is A dot B? Now dot here means A followed by B. This is known as concatenation. Concatenate. Don't read it as and. A followed by B. So only one string will be selected, AB, because this is the only string in which there is A and after A there is B. Look at this infinite set. In this set, there is only one string that matches this regular expression. We are saying filter those words which begin with A, then single A should be there in the beginning and then dot B. That means A followed by B. So only AB is selected. Okay. Now you check this A star. This is known as 0 or more A's. 0 or more A's. So which strings will be selected? Those strings which have 0 or more A's. But B should not be there. Note B is not written here. So epsilon is selected from sigma star. Epsilon is selected because it has 0 A's. Then A is selected. Then B won't be selected. Because we are saying pass only those strings which have A and only A, because B is not written in the rule. So pass only those strings which have 0 or more A's. So the next string will be AA, then AAA, then AAAA, and then this goes on. This is an infinite set. So you can see 0, this first string, contains 0 A's. This contains 1. This contains 2 A's, 3 A's. But none of the strings will be selected which have B, because rule strictly says that 0 or more A's must be selected. Those strings which have 0 or more A's. Now how will you read this? Next, A dot B star. Now this star, is only for B. A dot B star means, read it like this in English, all strings which begin with A. Okay, read it in English. All strings which begin with A followed by, dot means followed by 0 or more B's. All strings which begin with A followed by 0 or more B's. So which strings will be there? Think of this from sigma star. First test epsilon, empty string. Does empty string fit this rule? No, because we have clearly said that string must begin with A followed by 0 or more B's. Epsilon doesn't begin with A. Now second string A you just take. Second string from sigma star, A. Does A begin with A? Yes. Followed by 0 or more B's. So A has 0 or more B's. 0 B's it has after. Correct? Which string will be selected after that? Will B be selected? This second string B here? No. Why B won't be selected? Because B does not begin with A. All strings that begin with A followed by 0 or more B's. Correct? Okay. Will AA get selected? Will this string be there? AA? Think of this. No. Read again. Strings that begin with A, single A followed by 0 or more B's. This has 2 A's. Now, will AB get selected? Yes. Begins with A followed by 1 B. Okay. Then will ABB get selected? Yes. Single A followed by 2 B's. A triple B? Yes. All such strings will be there. There has to be one A followed by 0 or more B's. All these strings will be selected. It will be infinite string. Please try to understand, the smallest string that will be selected is A, the smallest string, because this is the string which begins with A followed by 0 B's. B star here means 0 or more B's. Okay. How do you read this? A dot B star? A dot B star? It means 0 or more occurrences. Correct? 0 or more occurrences of AB. A followed by B. Read the inner bracket first. Read the inner bracket. Strings that have A followed by B, and this AB combination can be there 0 or more times. Look, this entire thing has been put in asterisk. So empty string will be selected. 0 or it is. Then next string will be AB. Next will be AB, AB. Next will be AB, AB, AB. And this will go on. AB, AB. This will go on. What are we doing? What are we saying? All the strings which have the form AB, A followed by B. All the strings that have the form A followed by B, but 0 or more occurrences of AB. So obviously epsilon is there because it has 0 AB, 0 occurrences of this pattern AB. Then once AB, then 2 times AB, AB, 3 times AB, AB, AB. 0 or more occurrences of the pattern AB. Okay. Now we are coming to the last thing now, ultimate thing. Trust me, after this we are solving those problems asked. Okay. Because the next page, in fact, the next page is coming to those problems. Okay. Now this is a favorite regular expression, A plus B star. Whenever you see such a regular expression, A or B star, remember sigma is AB. Whenever you see A plus B star, it means all the possible strings that can be made using AB. In fact, A plus B star is same as sigma star. This is same as sigma star. Which strings will be selected? Epsilon, A, B, AA, AB, BA, BB, AAA, all the strings that were there in sigma star. Coming back to our diagram of filter, what regular expression we are giving here is A plus B star, correct? A plus B the whole star. Then which strings will be passed? The answer is all strings. All strings of sigma star are passed through the filter. If you think of sigma star, it's an infinite set. All the strings pass the test. Remember, A plus B the whole star is universal. It's universal regular expression. So what do you understand? Suppose sigma is ABC. Okay. Then if I say a regular expression is A plus B plus C star. See, I have given or for each symbol of sigma. Then if you are asked which strings will be selected, you should say all the strings will be selected. All the strings using this particular regular expression. Okay. Okay. So that's the last one. Now you tell me what is the meaning. You can pause the video and check what is the meaning of this. Which strings will be selected? Sigma is A comma B. All strings which begin with B. So there has to be B, compulsory B. One B has to be there. B. After that, anything possible using A and B. But epsilon is also there, empty, 0 or more occurrences of any combination of A or B. Okay, I'll write it here for our reference. A plus B star means all strings made of A comma B with any sequence of AB and any number of AB. So even 0 number is possible, nothing might be taken, so single B will be there. Okay, this is B followed by anything made up of AB. This is B followed by anything, any string made up of AB, so it can be empty string also. Then next BA will be there, because A will be there in A plus B star, correct? Then BB will be there, all the strings which begin with B followed by anything made up of AB. Okay, so it can be like this also. This string will be there. You watch B, 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 A, A, but it begins with B, correct? It begins with B followed by anything and of any length. Okay, what do you understand by this regular expression B dot A or B? But star is not there. It means we should have first letter B, then second letter can be A or B. So BA, then string must begin with B, but second letter should be B. That's it. Because star is not there. Now we can't repeat this sequence. But when we have B dot A plus B star, then we can say first letter is B and that B is followed by anything made up of A and B. But first letter has to be B. B should be followed by anything made up of A and B. Anything means it can be nothing also. So epsilon is also there in A plus B star, that's why single B is there. Okay, read out the next regular expression. How do you read this? Read every regular expression in English now. All strings that begin with A followed by anything made up of A and B, anything. So even nothing, epsilon is there, empty, empty. This part can be empty, but first letter should be A followed by anything made up of A and B followed by B. That means last letter has to be B. First letter of the string should be A, last letter should be B. So which strings will be selected? Will A get selected? No. First of all, will epsilon get selected? Think of this. Epsilon empty string? No. Because string must be having A and B at beginning and end. Will A get selected? No. Although A begins with A, but A doesn't end with B. Will B get selected? No. Although B ends with B, but the A is not there. Come on, what will be the A, B will be selected. Now you note, AB is a string which begins with A, ends with B, and in between we have nothing. I'll write it again over here. A dot A plus B star B, correct? Will AB get selected? Yes, because AB begins with A, AB ends with B, and in between we have nothing, and epsilon really fits in this. Okay, see this again. A plus B star dot B. Okay, will this string get selected? A, then we have B, A, B, A, B. Yes, it will get selected because it begins with A, match found, it ends with B, and now in between these two there can be anything made up of A and B, any sequence, any number, and this part of this string matches this portion, A plus B star. Okay, let's see it again. A dot A plus B star B. Okay, now will this string match? Let's see. B, A, B, B, A. No, because the first letter has to be B and this itself doesn't match. Last letter has to be B. First letter has to be A, I am sorry, but we have given B. It doesn't match the rule. Last letter we have given in the string is A, but last letter should be B. It doesn't match. So this string won't be selected. So coming back, think of the strings which begin with A and end with B. Begin with A and end with B. Will this string get selected? A, B, B, B. Yes. Begins with A, ends with B, and this center part, B, B, will nicely fit in A plus B star. Will this string be there? A, B, A, B, A, B, B, B. Yes. First letter is A, last letter is B, and this center part, of our string will nicely match A plus B the whole star. I hope you understood. All strings which begin with A and end with B. Okay. How do you read this? Come on now. All strings which begin with A, B, B. A followed by B followed by B. So A, B, B must be there in the front, followed by anything. Anything means even nothing. A plus B star. So A, B, B will be there. This is the smallest string. After that, first three letters have to be A, B, B. After that, there can be anything. Then A, B, B. It can be B. Then will this string be there? A, B, B. A, B, B, A, B, A. Yes. First three letters are A, B, B followed by any sequence of A and B. But the smallest string you observe will be A, B, B, because the rule says first three letters should be A, B, B followed by A plus B the whole star. A plus B the whole star includes epsilon also, because this is 0 or more occurrences. Star means 0 or more occurrences. And I think this was the first question. Okay. No, I don't think so. Okay, let's see this question now. Set of all strings that start with A, B, B, B and end with B, 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 A. Surely you can pause the video and tell the answer. Start with this and end with this. So the regular expression RE will be A, B, B, B and ends with B, 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 A. What about in between? There can be any combination of A plus B star. This is the answer. So tell me which is the smallest string. Obviously the smallest string given by this regular expression is A B B B followed by B B B A. Note, A B B B matches this, B B B A matches this last part, and in between there is nothing. Nothing matches with this. A plus B star. Correct? Okay. Tell me, will this string be there selected? Just check. A B B B, then something A B, then B B B A. Yes, this begins with A triple B, it ends with triple B A, and in between there can be any combination of A and B. So simple, isn't it? Now let's see the second question. Set of all strings that start and end with same symbol over ABC. Think over this. How will you solve this? Start and end with same symbol over ABC. Okay, let's go to a blank page. Just give me a second. Sigma is ABC, and we want all strings that begin and end with same letter. So we'll say if the string begins with A, it should end with A, but in between there can be any combination of A, B. Correct? But if the string begins with B, then it should end with B, same letters, but in between there can be anything. But if the string begins with C, then it should end with C, but in between there can be anything. Now any of these strings, or should be used, any of these strings should be selected. So if some string passes this test, then string should be selected, or if the string will pass this test, then the string will be selected, or if the string matches this test, it will be selected. So you tell me, suppose I, to this regular expression, by the way, this is the answer. This is the answer for our second question. Okay, let me search the page. So suppose I give this string. The string is A B, B B, C C, A. Okay, will this string get selected? Yes, because it begins with A, ends with A, so it passes this. It doesn't pass this test, but this string passes this test. It begins with A, ends with A, and in between we have any combination of A, B, any combination of A, B. Then this is OR, isn't it? So the string has passed at least one test, then this string is selected. Okay, will you get this string? You just watch. A, then A B, A, C, C. If you give this string to the first rule, it says okay, it begins with A, fantastic, but it ends with C. But string should be having A in front and A at the end. So this is not passed by this string. The first test is not passed, second is also not passed, because first letter should be B, it says, and third is also not passed. Then this string does not passes this or this or this. Then this string won't be selected. I hope you understood. This is our answer. Okay. Now, set of all strings that contain at most two A's over A comma B. At most means maximum. Okay. So what do you mean by which string should be selected? Let's see, at most two A's. And the and sigma given is AB. At most two A's, and sigma given is AB. At most means maximum, isn't it? So epsilon should be selected. Think over it. Then at most two A's, isn't it? So A should be selected, AB should be selected, BA should be selected. Okay. Then BB should not be selected. At most two A's means what? Not more than two. Not more than two. So check this, 0 A's allowed, 1 A allowed, 2A allowed in the string. 0A is allowed, 1A allowed, 2A is allowed, at most 2A's, but 3A is not allowed in the string. 4A is not allowed. Anything higher than 2A's is not allowed. So this string has 0 A's, this string has 1A, this string also has 1A, this string has 1A, this string has 0 A's. Please try to understand, very tricky question. At most 2A means 0 A's are also allowed. Okay, then will this string be there? Just check. AA, yes, it has 2 A's, correct. Will this string be there? AB, yes, it has 2 A's. Okay, will this string be there? AB, 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 no, it has 3 A's. So all the strings which has at most 2 A's, how will you write the regular expression for this? The simplest way to write the regular expression for this, that it can contain 0 A's or 1A or 2 A's. We have to write regular expression for strings that has 0 A's. Should be selected 0 A's, yes. Then or 1A should be selected, or exactly 2 A's should be selected, but after that 3 A's, 4 A's should not be selected. Then the best way you can write this regular expression easily is epsilon should be selected or. Now think of all strings that have only 1A, single A. Which are, how will you write that? Single A. You should write B star, A, B star. That means A must be there only once, but there can be any number of B's before or any number of B's after. Or think of 2 A's. You should write B star, then A, B star, then A, B star. This will be exactly 2 A's. But there can be anything before this A, any number of B's. After this A, there can be any number of B's. And after this A, there can be any number of B's. This becomes the answer. Okay. Now, just check set of all strings such that zeros are odd. So which string should be selected? Sigma is 0, 1, you observe 0, 1. Which string should be selected? Odd number of A's. Epsilon should not be selected, but single 0, odd number of zeros. So single 0, 1 is odd, isn't it? Then 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 zeros. These strings should be selected. But you observe the question says odd number of zeros. It doesn't say anything about 1. So even 0, 1 should be selected. Tell me in 0, 1, how many zeros are there? 1 0. And 1 is odd. Okay. What about this? Tell me. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. How many zeros are there in this string? 3 zeros. Odd number of zeros. We are not talking about 1. 1 can be any number of ones, because the question doesn't mention about 1. It clearly mentions that number of zeros must be odd. Correct? So, will this string be there? Just check. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. No, because this has even number of zeros, 4 zeros. So, what will be the regular expression for this? Just write down the regular expression for this: odd number of zeros. Odd number of zeros given sigma is A comma B. Oh, sorry, 0 comma 1. Sigma is 0 comma 1. Odd number of zeros would be written as RE is except 1 star 0 1 star. That means it will accept all the strings which have exactly 1 0. But before that 0 there can be any number of ones, after that 0 there can be any number of ones, or all those strings which can be thought like this: 1 star 0 1 star 0 1 star 0 1 star. Okay, how many zeros are there? 1 2 3. 3 zeros. How many zeros are there here? 1 0, correct? Single 0. How many zeros here? 3 zeros. 3 is odd, but that 0 can be surrounded by any number of ones, and you raise this to star. That means you say this can be repeated any number of times. Correct? This can be repeated any number of times. But now there is a problem, you see. If you repeat this once again, then there will be 3 more zeros. So previously there were 3 zeros and now we have 3 more zeros. So there will be 6 zeros. But 6 zeros is even. Then we will get even number of zeros. So the best way to write regular expression is not by using OR. Odd number of zeros can be written like this. First, think of this. 1 star, 0, 1 star, 0, 1 star. How many zeros? 2 zeros. Even number of zeros. But we want odd number of zeros. Correct? You raise this to star. That means this pattern can repeat. You tell me, if you repeat it once, then you will get 2 zeros. If you repeat it 2 times, you will get 4 zeros. If you repeat it 3 times, you will get 6 zeros. So every time you are getting even number of zeros. Then you can add a 0 before this and put 1 star over here. Now you tell me, you are saying the inner part will give even number of zeros, but you are saying that there is a compulsory 0 here. There is a compulsory 0. So suppose if you take 2 zeros, then you will get 3 zeros because there is a compulsory 0 here. This will give you odd number of zeros. This is the answer for the regular expression that was asked here. Okay. Now set of all strings ending neither with AB nor with BA. Very easy. Neither with AB nor with BA. What is that? Sigma is A comma B, and string that end neither with AB nor with BA. That means in other words, we want strings that end with AA or BB. Only 2 letters are there. So first 2 letters should not be AB. Sorry, last. I am so sorry. Last 2 letters, end is there. Last 2 letters should not be AB nor BA. So last 2 letters have to be AA or BB. How will you write this? RE will be, see, last 2 letters should be AA, but in the beginning there can be anything. So you can think of any string which ends with AA or any string which ends with BB. So A plus B star. This becomes the answer for this question asked. Okay. So these are all the questions, and now coming to what is regular expression. Now I hope you have understood. Regular expression for any given alphabet sigma is defined as epsilon. Every empty string itself is a regular expression, and every symbol of sigma is a regular expression. You tell me, if sigma is A comma B, then is regular expression A valid? Yes. Is regular expression B valid? Yes. What will this select? What will this regular expression select? Only A. What will this regular expression select? Only B. Correct? So every symbol itself is regular expression. Now you think of this. If R1 and R2 are regular expressions, then their ORing is also a regular expression. You tell me, if I write regular expression like this, A plus B, this is a regular expression. But you all will agree that A itself is a regular expression. Yes. B itself is a regular expression. Yes. That means R1 is a regular expression, R2 is a regular expression, their ORing is a new regular expression. Similarly, concatenation of 2 regular expression itself is RE, and if you raise R1 to star, 0 or more occurrences, it is also RE. This is complete definition of regular expression. So I have solved first 2 questions in this video. See you in the next video where we will solve other problems like differentiate between DFA and NFA and construct DFA for some languages. Okay, thank you. See you in the next video.